So in the middle of a deep recession, that would have been a brutal and irreversible shock to the entire economy and to the future of millions of Americans. So we refused to let that happen. I didn't run for president to get into the auto business. I've got more than enough to do. I ran for president because too many Americans felt their dreams slipping away from them. That core idea of America, that if you work hard, if you do right, if you're responsible, that you can lead a better life and, most importantly, pass on a better life to your kids, that American dream felt like it was getting further and further out of reach. Folks were working harder for less. Wages were flat while the cost of everything from health care to groceries kept on going up. And as if things weren't hard enough, the bottom fell out of the economy in the closing weeks of that campaign back in 2008. So life got that much harder. So I want everybody to understand, our task hasn't just been to recover from the recession. Our task has been to rebuild the future on a stronger foundation than we had before, to make sure that you can see your incomes and your savings rise again, and you can retire with security and respect again, and you can open doors of opportunity for your kids again, and we can live out the American dream again. That's what we're fighting for. That's what we're fighting for. So that's what drives me every day as I step into the Oval Office. That's why we stood by the American auto industry. It was about you, your families, your jobs, your lives, your dreams. Making sure that we were doing everything possible to keep them within reach. So we decided to do more than just rescue the industry from crisis. We decided to retool it for a new age. We said that if everyone involved was willing to take the tough steps and make the painful sacrifices that were needed to become competitive, then we'd invest in your future, in the future of communities like Toledo, that we'd have your back. So I placed my bet on you. I put my faith in the American worker. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to do that every day of the week, because what you've done vindicates my faith. Today, all three automakers are turning a profit. That hasn't happened since 2004. Today, all three American automakers are gaining market share. That hasn't happened since 1995. And today, I'm proud to announce the government has been completely repaid for the investments we made under my watch by Chrysler because of the outstanding work that you guys did. Because of you. Right. Chrysler has repaid every dime and more of what it owes the American taxpayer from the investment we made during my watch. And by the way, you guys repaid it 6 years ahead of schedule. And last night, we reached an agreement to sell the government's remaining interest in the company, so soon Chrysler will be 100% in private hands. Early. Faster than anybody believed. So I couldn't be prouder of what you've done. And what's most important, all three American automakers are now adding shifts and creating jobs at the strongest rate since the 1990s. So far, the auto industry's added 113,000 jobs over the past 2 years. In Detroit, Chrysler added a second shift at its Jefferson North plant. GM's adding a third shift at its Hamtramck plant for the first time ever. In Indiana, Chrysler's investing more than $1.3 billion in its Kokomo facilities. And across the country, GM plans to hire back every single one of its laid-off workers by the end of the year. Every single one. And that makes a difference for everyone who depends on this industry. See, companies like a small precision tooling manufacturer in Vandergrift, Pennsylvania, have brought back many of the employees that they had laid off 2 years ago. Manufacturers from Michigan to Massachusetts are looking for new engineers to build advanced batteries for American-made electric cars. And obviously, Chet and Inke's and Zingers, they'll all have your business for some time to come, especially those guys over there. So this industry is back on its feet, repaying its debts, gaining ground. Because of you, we can once again say that the best cars in the world are built right here in the U.S. of A., right here in Ohio, right here in the Midwest.